Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this week on Water Cooler Wednesday. This live stream brought to you by Opus Management Consulting Group. Make sure that you visit our website at www.opusmanagement.us. While you're at it, if you find value in today's stream, we'd appreciate you following us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or LinkedIn, and tell a friend about our live stream. This live stream is about topics that are trending in business apps, ERP systems, social media, and marketing, all pertaining to the Opus Management divisions of Opus Apps, X Apps, and Digital Workplace Designs. Each week, we deliver the best topics or business expertise of the industry. So for today, I'm your host, Jeff Bodker, Client Account Consultant for Opus Management. Let's get started. So today's topic is labor shortage. So labor shortage, we've all seen the signs around town. Different companies are hiring, offering benefits, offering the most they can as far as trying to entice people and workers to come in. And so the pandemic caused a major disruption in America's labor force. You may have heard it referred to as the Great Resignation. A lot of people were leaving their jobs, but a lot of these people had to go places. So where did they go? They started kind of coining the phrase the Great Reshuffle at that point, because people were shuffling to go different places, find different jobs, some in the same industry, some in different industries, but they all had a common denominator as they wanted that work-live balance. So if you tuned into one of my previous topics, Water Cooler Wednesday, I went over the work-live balance. People are wanting to have that flexibility of living at home, right? They not living at home, obviously, but working at home as well, and being able to set their own hours. But along with that, they want compensation for it, and they want benefits. They started seeing different ways to earn money, and perhaps maybe it wasn't on those industries that were hit very hard during the pandemic, which were healthcare. Healthcare was one of the biggest ones with COVID-19. I had a lot of friends that are in the healthcare business. Nurses, if you were somebody that had to go in for just a routine visit, you would have noticed that a lot of the hospitals and medical centers were full of people that had to get first priority over you because they had something COVID related. Now, so what's something interesting is that set aside from the healthcare, there was the transportation was something that was also adjusted. I'm fumbling with my iPad because I tried to go digital this time instead of printing stuff out. So I'm trying to enlarge the screen here. So another one was transportation, Uber, Lyft. Those were, a lot of those were delayed as far as if you were to just get an Uber or Lyft. Not enough people were out there driving, trying to get people from A to B. And then also there were flights delayed. So if you were somebody that was trying to travel anywhere, flights were canceled. I had some friends that were canceled 2-3 hours, forced to find some hotel or some other means of transportation during that time. And then especially the restaurant business. We all probably at one point or another during the pandemic had to order through some of these services that come directly to our door, or if we didn't do Uber Eats, we would go to a restaurant and go through some sort of drive-through, right? Ordering online was very popular, either through your app or on an actual website. I know for myself, I was into the Starbucks breakfast and all that stuff, and so I would order on my app and I would go through the drive-through. And then as of late, a lot of the Starbucks have been closing early and closing their restaurants due to labor shortage. So again, they're trying to entice people to come back and work in the industry, offering better benefits, better pay, more flexibility in their schedules. But as a result, if you have flexibility in their schedules, they're going to having to hire more people to help run the business. So where did all the workers go, right? So it's said that 11 million job openings are current as of a few days ago. And so companies say they are doing all they can to get these people on. But, besides listing on Indeed and even Facebook, Instagram, all these different opportunities to get people to apply for jobs, what else are they doing? And what else do people want? Are people sitting at home And so that's the big mystery out there. We did see that there were a lot of jobs that were filled, but they're only at half capacity to pre-COVID. So a lot of these workers are they concentrating on school? Are they concentrating on other things? And that's the real question there. So as we navigate through the rest of 2022 and into 2023, I guess the big questions are, is healthcare going to change? It already has. A lot of this stuff has gone to telehealth. I know for myself, I do a lot of my, doctor appointments, that sort of thing through telehealth. And then transportation, I work at home, so there's no real huge need or emergency situation where I need to get an Uber. I don't take the bus anywhere. But for those that do, they're going to need some sort of transportation. And then healthcare, obviously overwhelmed with COVID and other emergencies. And then the restaurant business, especially with going through a simple thing as a drive-through, we used to probably take for granted. Now it takes a little bit longer because the labor shortage. And then one thing worth pointing out is I have a few friends and colleagues that are teachers, and they can't find enough teachers. And as a result of the teacher shortage, there's also a daycare shortage. So these people that either were volunteers or someone that was going in to teach your children, the argument there is that they're not paying enough. Teachers aren't being paid enough to go in the classroom, and they're having to pay for a lot of their own supplies and things like this. So, how is that going to shape everything in the future? Certainly, things like technology have really helped and help streamline a lot of systems and jobs and things like that. During the pandemic, I know my nieces and nephews went to school online, primarily for high school, and they were logging into their classrooms and they had a remote teacher, and then they were doing their assignments that way. But it'd be interesting to see how that shapes the future with technology, companies like Zoom and other companies that may be working on some sort of platform to launch in the future. So with that, just be mindful of whoever's helping you out there, whatever industry that you decide to utilize during this time. And just think that they're probably working extra hard to compensate for the labor shortage that's at hand. So I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on the labor shortage. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. But I look forward to circling back with this topic in the years to come. But right now, just this is where we're at with it. Thank you so much for joining me today for Water Cooler Wednesday. Again, my name is Jeff Bodker with Opus Management. Please check us out at www.opusmanagement.com.